Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Those who are new, welcome. Today I will be reviewing Axion, a part of the indie game review series that I'm doing. And I'm going to be telling you, is this game worth it? So now, let's get into this review. The first things I noticed while playing this game was the lighting. You can see by the god rays here on how well they did. Also, the shadows were well done, but this is a double-edged sword with the day and night cycles. They were a little poor. Sounds were also really good. You have sound effects for walking water, the ground, and then also guns. They were just a nice sound as you move the bolt and everything. But while we're on the subject of guns, let's talk about the enemies. So you have zombies here, and they are really interesting to deal with. And then you will also have these mutant gray characters. Those were easy to deal with too, a lot easier than any of the other mobs I've noticed. And then on top of dealing with them, you also will have people to fight, which I found to be the most interesting to fight due to the fact is they fought back a lot better with guns, but that was just my personal opinion. So, the reload sounds on all the guns are phenomenal, but the pistol was just a little too blocky out of all the models they had, and it kind of was sad after you see all the other models and how much effort they put in, but I'm willingly to overlook on what they did, which is how well it sounds in the overall view of this game. So each enemy attacks a little differently. You got some that will run at you, some that just kind of stood there like the Grey Mutants, and then the people they kind of ran and shot at you. Sniping was another thing, but here's some looting. Looting, you could find some weird stuff in house. Like I found this pig, it's the only pig I found in the house. I figured he was just hungry for that cereal. But looting's a key part of this game. You will have a health, a food, a thirst, and a stamina bar. And you want to keep your thirst and your food bar at full, or else you'll start taking damage on your health. And that health bar is really key, or else you die. They have a nice in-game menu, which I found very nice to use. Simple, and you do everything you need in there. There are certain buildings in here that had more loot. If it's a double story or more, it's the best building to loot. The bicycle is also key loot because walking and running just took too long, where the bike was almost 10 times faster. 40 minutes of work was done in 5. It was incredible. And ammo is key. You can pick up the dead guns off of the dead guys and to get ammo, or you could raid the multi-story buildings for ammo. Another thing was trees. You're going to need to get wood for crafting. I did a little Minecrafting here and I tried to mine trees. And there's a lot of trees in this game. I counted 4 or 5, but there's only one type that gives you wood, and I found it outside of a 2-story building. So I'm going to save y'all all the time of trying to figure that out. And they're quite noticeable once you see them. They're a unique texture and color, so that did make it easier. There's one more type of loot thing, and it's chest. Chest will have a tablet and a radiation sensor. Also, you can change your skins in these wardrobes in 2-story buildings. It's on the first floor. I really didn't care much about the skins, so whatever I got was kind of potluck, and I'm like, alright, let's continue on. Because I stayed in first person view most of the time, so that's why it didn't bother me as much as probably some other people would. Food, like I said, you'll want to eat it. You're going to loot for food and drinks. Where it says bottled water, I was an idiot and I thought it said rotted water. No, it's bottled water. I was big stupid. Healing. So as you can see here, I had 0 to no health, and you can make the healing materials you need to heal yourself. Granted, you're gonna have to go into the health aspect of this. And then here's the city. The city is where you get all your missions from. Here's a doctor on where you get your missions from. I only will show you all the first one because it's kind of rinse and repeat. And you go fishing. So you have fishing, and you can just see once you get the rod and reel, the fish is kind of coming really quickly. And there's only one pond for fishing, but it's kind of noticeable. Crafting, as you can see in here, you'll have to craft a campfire to cook food. You can craft a bow and arrow, the fishing rod. It just was really well done on how they did the menu, not needing like 30 sub menus. There's just one button, opens all the menus you need. So after you do that, you can kind of wander around town. I'm gonna show you a couple more areas on where you can get jobs and where you can buy some stuff. So around town you'll see little buildings with stuff on the outside. You could buy stuff there. Here are the mercenaries, guns for hire, whatever you want to call them. And they give you little extra side jobs. They were fun, quick and easy, but not too much depth to it. Here's the skill tree. I recommend going all medical. Medical is where you will want to go. So now let me give you my overall thoughts on this game. The first day I played this, I didn't realize they had an online area on where you could go and they tell you kind of what you can do. Like, it's a guide, and it tells you your max level 70. Your max you can go per skill is 10. So, which is nice. The one thing I didn't show in here were airdrops. Airdrops give you supplies. They were a little lackluster for me. Radiation, which I'm showing here, will kill you if you walk in. That's why you want the radiation sensor, or else you're gonna kind of walk in here and be kind of screwed. Somehow I survived this, but I don't know how. Textures on the buildings to loot, they were noticeable, but they just seemed very poor compared to all the other building textures. And here's kind of the end of what you see whenever you die. Now, how do I rate this? The enjoyability of this game was amazing, so I gave it a 9. Controls, 7. It was easy to use, but it could have had a little more refinement. Visually, it was good. The only two things I counted really off was the loot buildings and the gun model. That was the only thing I could not find myself to like. Story, mixed of not much but missions, so I gave it a 5. Overall, a 7.25. I highly recommend this game for anyone to pick up. It was amazing. It felt like a AAA title in a way, but it just needs a little more refinement, and I think it could probably be a solid 8.5. And let's get into the pros and cons now. So, pros. The graphics are great. The sound is amazing. The feel of the world as you're walking around is empty but full. Game mechanics, the crafting, the menu, what you have to do. And then the options of, do I want to do the missions first? Do I want to do the mercenary missions before the doctor missions? Do I just want to explore? That was amazing. Cons, the models and textures. That really bothered me. And then it kind of didn't tell you what to do in the main games in a way. Like, it didn't tell you what trees to mine until you read the guide. That probably is more on me, which I can't really count against it. It's more of a stupid part on me. But one more thing before I say have a great day. I want y'all to have a chance of picking what game I do for one of the videos next week. So here you have to choose from. Killer Love, it's a visual novel. 8mm is a story-based zombie game. Carlson is a parkour game, and the subject is kind of a futuristic horror game. Leave your comments down below on which one you want to see, and all of y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out.